Hello everyone. In this video I'll be showing you that how you can use the match geometry effect in SwiftUI for iOS 14 to create the music player app. So if I go ahead and tap on the bottom bar for the music player, you can see that it gives you a really nice effect and it goes and displays you a completely different view. This is possible using the match geometry effect in SwiftUI. If you are new to the match geometry effect, then I have another video which was previously recorded, and I will have a link to the video that you can also watch to get an idea of what exactly match geometry effect is all about. So let's go ahead and get started with implementing our music player app using the match geometry effect in SwiftUI. So now that you have already seen that what we'll be building, let's go ahead and get started. Now I want to create separate components for my music player and my music player bar that appears at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the bar first. So structure, music player bar, which will be a view. Now the whole point of the bar is to display that what music you are playing right now. It will be a simple SwiftUI view, and we also do need to display the cover, the image actually. So right now I'm just going to call it over here music player bar. Always start with the most basic kind of a view that you can imagine. And in this case, I'm creating a music player bar with just a text view. Inside the content view, I can go ahead and display this particular bar. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a V-stack, a vertical stack. And I'm just going to say music player bar. And let's go ahead and refresh our view on the right-hand side in the Xcode preview and see where it appears. And it's trying to refresh, and it appears in the middle, but we want the bar to appear at the very bottom. So we can always use the spacer view to push everything down to the bottom. There we go. Perfect. And that is where the bar should appear. Now obviously in our bar, as you have seen in the start of the video, is we need the cover image, we need the text also, we need the play button and the forward button, and all of those different things we need, those things. All right. So the first thing that we will start with is the cover, meaning the image of the particular music that we're listening to. Now I have already added one of the images. You can see over here the cover image that we can actually use. So let's go back to our music player bar, and I'm going to use that image. So in the music player bar, we are going to start with a horizontal stack, and I'm going to go ahead and add the image. I think we're calling it the cover image. So let's see how it appears. Just the image. We haven't really resized it or anything like that. We're just starting with the image so that we can see that how it actually displays. It is being displayed in the content view, and that's how it displays. Now this is way too big, obviously. We have to resize it, so I'm just going to call resizable. And then I also wanted to resize it to a particular frame because this is still too big. So we'll give it a width of 50 and a height also for 50. There we go. And now let's see how it appears. Okay, it's pretty good. We can go ahead and also perform the corner radius. Let's give it a corner radius of 4. We can go ahead and also add a bit of a padding. Great. And we also need to make sure that it is onto the left-hand side. So basically we want the image to be displayed right over here. So we need this image to be pushed onto the left-hand side. And we can again use the spacer to push the image onto the left. We also want some sort of a text that is showcasing that what kind of a music we are listening to. So I'm just going to go ahead and say baby blue over here because that's the actual music. And for the font, we can use any font that we like. We're just going to use the style, which is headline font. Great, looking good. On the right hand side, right over here, we need to have a play button, and we also need to have a forward button. Now we can always use the image and use the system name, like the system images, to accommodate that. So I'm going to start with image, system name, and the system name in this case for the play button is play.fill because we want that to be filled. There we go. The other one that we want to use is the forward button. So I'm just going to go ahead and say forward.fill. And a little bit of a padding. So padding only on the trailing end, only on the right hand side. So trailing, and you can accommodate 10 points over here. So I'm just going to put 10. Perfect. I also want my H stack, the horizontal stack, to have a certain width and a certain height. So I'm just going to put the width to be infinity and the height to be maximum of 60. Perfect. And I also want some sort of a background color. So let's go ahead and add the background color also. It's a little bit of a shade of gray color. You can see that now it appears. And it appears pretty good. I mean, it looks pretty decent, pretty good. Next up is the actual music player, which will be displayed on this side, on the top. So I'm going to use the same exact approach. I'm going to go ahead and create struct for a music player. This will be a view. And we will begin with the body. It will return some sort of a view. Over here, we can use a VStack. And again, we will display the cover image. So cover.resizable. In this case, let's go ahead and see that how it appears. Right now, the music player is not appearing because I'm not really using it inside my content view. So let's go ahead and try to use it inside content view. I'm just going to call it music player. Let's go ahead and refresh the Xcode preview to see how it looks like. Okay, maybe we can adjust this by providing some sort of an aspect ratio. So I'm going to provide the aspect ratio, fit. We can also have some sort of a padding over here. So I can go ahead, or corner radius over here. We can say 10 as a corner radius. And a little bit more padding. So 40 is fine, or you can adjust that to anything else if you want to. We also need to add the actual name of the song plus the name of the band and all that stuff. I mean, there are many different ways of doing that. I'm just going to use a H stack. Keep in mind that everything is inside a V stack. Let's go ahead and copy this and Control I just so that it can align correctly. Now, one of the things that you will note over here is that we have used the foreground color to be white for now, but we can change that later. So let's go ahead and make sure that our V stack is of different color. So let's see where the V stack actually ends, right there. We can provide it some sort of a maximum width and maximum height. And I can also go ahead and provide it a different background color, like a brown or something, so that our text will be appeared right now. There we go. I can also go ahead and add the capability to see the controls, the actual controls for the back and the play and the forward, all of those controls. They're not going to do anything, but it's just for display. So there we go. Pretty good. Looks like that. And we can also add a little bit of spacer to push everything kind of like up on the top. There we go. Perfect. Now, obviously, we don't really want it to display like this all the time. When we click or when we touch the bottom bar, then it should animate and then show the actual music player view, the one that we just created, the one on the top. So how do we do this? How do we make sure that the person is actually clicking on those things? So let's go on the content view. We're going to go ahead and create a state, and I'm just going to call this state, let's say, show details. You can say is playing or whatever. Boolean value equals to false. Or show movie player. You can, whatever you want to do. So over here, we're not going to be using this approach. The first thing I'm going to use is a spacer. And then I can simply use an if condition. If show details, meaning if it's true, then you will return the music player. Else, well, you will simply return the music player bar. All right? And on the VStack, we can also add the tap gesture. So I can say on tap gesture, and I can simply toggle the show details. So show details dot toggle. Let's go ahead and build this. Now, for some of the things that you will see, you will actually have to run this on a simulator. So this might appear fine. We are not really doing any animation, but later on you will see that we'll have to run it on an actual simulator for it to work correctly. Okay, so here we go. We have the bottom bar or the music player bar being displayed. I'm going to click or tap on this, and you can see it changes and it shows me the other view. Pretty cool, right? But we want to animate, and we also want to use the match geometry effect. So this view over here, the small one, it should do like a magic move, and then it should go over here and display itself as a large image. So how do we do that? Now, we learned earlier on in the previous lectures, previous videos, that in order to perform this kind of a match geometry effect, you have to make use of the namespace. So I'm going to go ahead and call or create a namespace over here. Namespace private var ns or anything else. You can call your namespace anything that you want. But the namespace has to be passed to the music player as well as the music player bar, because over there in the music player and the music player bar, there is the image on which we want to apply the particular animation. So if you move to music player bar, we will go ahead and create a namespace property, which will be of type namespace.id. This means that in order to create the music player bar, you better pass in the namespace. Once we have the namespace, we can configure our image to perform the match geometry effect, passing in the ID, which can be anything. I'm just going to call it animation, and passing in the namespace, which in this case is namespace. So this means that whenever we are creating the music player bar, we can actually go ahead and pass in the namespace, NS. The same we should do for the music player also. So we will go to the music player and we will create a property called namespace. The property name is not important. You can use any property that you want. And then we'll say namespace.id. And since we want the animation or the image to be taking part in the animation, we are going to use the same exact match geometry effect with the same exact namespace and the ID, which in this case is animation. This means that this particular image is going to magically move from here, and it's going to move all the way over here turned into a much bigger image with all the other information, basically which was displayed in the music player view, which is right here. Now we want this to be animated. First of all, let's go ahead and make sure that we are passing the namespace. So NS over here, perfect. If we want this to be animated, we should call showDetails.toggle, but we should call it with the animation block or animation closure with animation, and we can wrap this around. And if you want to customize your animation, you can even pass over here .spring. So this means that it is by default going to perform a spring animation. Let's go ahead and run this over here. Sometimes you'll see that when you run it in the simulator or in the Xcode preview in this case, it doesn't really animate. So we will then try out the actual simulator and see if that works in the simulator or not. But most of my, you can see it kind of works. See that? So you can see the animation is actually happening. Let's go ahead and run it on an actual simulator and see if it's different or is it kind of like the same behavior. Let's go ahead and run this. And we're just waiting for the simulator to start. And there we go. So our simulator is running. Now let's go ahead and touch on this bottom bar for the music player. And you can see it does a really nice animation. And you can see that the image, this big image, is the one that is moving, magically moving from the music player bar all the way to a different, completely different view, which is the music view or the music player view, and it shows the music effect. This is a kind of like the very same effect that if you were using your music app on your iPhone, this is the same exact effect that happens. So in this video, you learn how to create the match geometry effect to create a music player. Hope you like it. If you like to support my channel, then the best way would be to check out my courses on Udemy. I have a course on SwiftUI. It's called SwiftUI Declarative Interfaces for Any Apple Device. You can see that this is close to a 20-hour course. So it's pretty much covered everything you ever imagined about SwiftUI. It starts from the very beginning and then it take a deep dive into many different concepts, including property wrappers, core data, SwiftUI, recipes and animation on all devices, and even a huge section on SwiftUI for iOS 14. I'm also going to show you how you can integrate with pedometer and ARKit data and even draw charts using SwiftUI. So this is the complete course on SwiftUI. I would say if you are interested in this course, then check out the YouTube description and you will be able to find many different courses that I have created. And I would really appreciate if you try out different courses that I have. But the best way to get these courses is by checking out the YouTube description. You will find the links, click on the link, and you'll be able to get these courses. Thank you so much and enjoy the video.